Right, hi, I'm the chauffeur, the trainer. So we're basically here with Alex, the chef de party, and we're about to talk about the char grill, the explanation of the char grill, how you clean it, the safety procedures of it, cleaning down. After that, we're going to char grill chicken breast, which I'll use for my sandwich component. We're going to basically talk about all the elements, how to turn it on, how to turn it off, the initial pilot lights, how it works, safety video, and then we're going to watch a component safety video on cleaning the actual char grill, which is the Lincat Optus 700 char grill cleaning procedure. So moving forward, firstly this is Alex, say Alex. Alex has been chef here at Salt Bar. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how we turn the procedure on. Actually have a look at the char grill itself, look at the procedure, what happens over the top of it, how a char grill stays, how it works, and basically all the instructions that Alex will need to basically turn it on. So firstly I'll just grab this bad boy, and this is the char grill at Salt Bar. Pilot lights down beneath. Char grill, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 6 bar, and on each bar is 6, so you've got all the units there. You've got the top element at the top here, which is where the char grill, the extended heat comes out and then flows up into the exhaust fan. Then you've got set aside here, you've got your meat resting trays. The guys will also put down in here some clarified butter, some garlic, some fresh herbs, and they'll start all their steaks in that procedure first. So what I'm going to get Alex to do is to show you where the pilot lights are, so you can point towards those, Alex. And there's the pilot lights down there. Yep. So you can see they're all on pilot at the moment. Alex will point to all 3 of them. Yeah, perfect. What I'm going to get Alex to do then is basically going to get him to turn the pilot lights on. Moving forward, so Alex, can you start by turning some of the pilot lights on for us, mate? Thanks. Alright, perfect. So as you can see, Alex has got the pilot lights turned on, the char grill's cranked up now. What we'll do is we'll just wait a minute or two, because you really need these pilot light grills to heat up a bit so that you can basically clean them down. Then I'll show Alex, I'll give you quick instructions on how I clean it down with the bar scrubber, and then we'll watch Alex do it himself after I've shown him. We make a point of making sure that when any of this equipment's on, like it is now, all safety procedures are taken. Normally we'll also show you too that we would, in the morning, Alex would have taken the char grill, or last night, sorry, Alex off. We would have soaked him in the water, would have soaked him in a solution, pulled him out this morning after they come out of the solution, thrown them through the dishwasher quickly, and then proceeded to wash them. Then brought them back out here, scrubbed them down, and then in turn wait for the guys to come into the kitchen in the afternoon, in the morning, and start turning them on and start cranking them up. So you can see the flames are on. There's a bit of debris on top of this guy here. So Alex, watch me clean these guys down. First thing is equipment which we use. So this is got steel grids on it. Basically it's got a long arm on it, as you can see, to make sure that you can clean the char grill while it's on. You can do 2 things. You can clean the char grill when it's cold at night, which we'll do, we soak down. And then in the mornings before we start service, we give it a scrub down with this steel wool. The reason the arms are so long is so you actually don't have to lean a lot of your body over the top of a hot char grill. So then in turn you don't burn your arms, you don't singe any of your hairs. It's a lot easier and a lot safer, yeah? So the top of the unit here itself, it's got a steel brush in it, which can come out, you can see there. It slides out, it's screwed in. And these guys can be replaced because this element itself is the most expensive part on the whole cleaning procedure. And these wooden char guys here with this steel brushes on it, this can actually be slid out and replaced. So you can see that that's the first thing that goes on this. Once everything starts getting bent, starts getting a little bit rusty, then we basically slide this one out of here, unscrew from there, slide this out, place it with a brand new unit, slide it back in, screw it back up tight again, and then that part's replaced. Well, this doesn't need to be replaced. Right, so now I'm proceeding to get the side of that. So we want to work in a motion of, obviously the chars grills runs this way. So you're going to want to work in a motion of going up and down, up and down. You also want to work in a motion of trying to have the first few initial pushes, pushing most of the product or the debris or any of the left end caramelization of the meat or any stuff like that, push it towards the top, because then in turn you won't be swept down here. This area here can be cleaned. There's a drain here. As you can see down here, there's a drain hole right there. So that's where all the excess grease will drain, and it purely runs on gravity because the char grill runs down on this angle. Yeah. So first you clean, you right in here straight away. Alex, you see how I'm pushing forward. You can see some of the black dust coming up the top. That's the elements that you want to get rid of. You come close, Alex, you can see there's elements here on the black bits. They're the bits that you want to push off. That's the main debris that you actually want to get rid of, because if you put another fresh steak on top of that debris, what tends to happen is that it will stick to the red flesh. As the meat caramelizes, which it will naturally do because of the blood, the sugars in the blood, it'll caramelize and it will grab any of the products and any of the debris that's on top of the char grill and stick to that steak. So when you turn it over, you won't get a nice effect of a char grill marking, which is exactly what you want on your chicken breast. You want that on your eye fillet, your kangaroo, wallaby, anything that you're char grilling. You want to get that effect because the customer needs to see that effect, which then in turn they know it's been cooked in a char grill. Yeah? So if we don't clean the char grill properly every day, you're basically going to not get that effect, and you're also going to have a lot of debris stick onto the flesh of a brand new steak, which is exactly what you don't want. So just pushing up. See, I'm working, making sure that I'm getting the steel fibres in between the gaps in the char grill. That's what's going to clean the char grill, and that's what's going to give you a lot better effect when it comes to caramelisation. A lot better effect back to go to the customer. See, I'm pushing right up. What I will show you quickly, I'll just go to the top. You're going to be able to see up here, now I'll bring it over to you, you're going to be able to see some dust and some product. That's the exact product that we don't want left on the char grill. This is all the caramelization, this is all blood, this is all elements of steaks and chicken, and that's what you want to get rid of. That's why it's piling up the top up here. What we'll do is at the end of night service, when the guys take the char grill off and they sit it in the sink, grab another scraper, which will be one of these guys here. We'll give this a really good scraper on here, and you'll be able to see all that debris and all that product that comes off from the old steaks. Yeah? So we're giving it a scrape. We'll just proceed to give it another good scrape. Making sure that I'm holding the element flat so I can get as much surface area with the steel brushes as possible. I want to be able to push the surface areas. I don't want to hold it on an angle too far, and I also don't want to hold it on that angle. I want to hold flat. I want to make sure the head is flat so I get as much surface area as I possibly can. You can see that steel fibres are actually getting down into the gap of the char grill. You can see that right there. They're getting down in there and they're cleaning it. And that's exactly what you want out of it. Now I'll push that there, I'll take over the filming, and then I'll film Alex doing this now. So Alex is going to grab a steel plate like I've just instructed, have a really good look at it, take his time. Yep. So it's right in there in those gaps, which is perfect, which is exactly what we want, Alex.
You can see that there.
Yep.
All the way up. Yeah. You can see some black dust that you were saying before coming out.
Perfect. So he's pushed it nice and flat. The head of this steel brush is staying flat to get as much surface area as possible. Clean the char grill, and then force any of the debris and any of the excess blood or any of the caramelization, any of the meat, any of the chicken or any of the fish or seafood or prawns that was left on the char grill in the morning. So Alex will do this procedure every morning after he pulls it out of the soaking tub, throws it through the dishwasher and gives it a quick scrub now, which you can see he's doing just before we start service. Basically needs to do this every day on a daily basis, especially in this restaurant at Saltbar Kingscliff here, because reality wise is that they'll sell 300 steaks a day in this place. And if the char grill is not maintained properly, it's not cleaned properly, and the procedures aren't followed properly, then in turn what we can easily have is we can have a lot of build up and then we can get a lot of spot fires. Yep, perfect, Alex, that's great. So what I'm going to get you to do now, Alex, is I'm going to get you to oil this chicken breast up for me. Throw a little bit of oil on, some seasoning, just grab a little bit of oil, put it on, and we're just going to get Alex to seal this now. So he's going to oil up his tray. Perfect. Going to grab a little bit of salt. Seasoning his chicken breast. Perfect. Heaps of seasoning, pepper, some salt. Great. Going to take the chicken breast over with his tongs, and he's going to proceed to seal it. So it's great. So you can see he's got straight onto the char grill. Perfectly clean char grill. Chicken breast is down, seasoned nice. This is great, Alex. So basically everything that you've just done now, Alex has prepared the char grill to make sure that everything's clean, everything's set, ready to go, and moving forward from this point onwards, we'll char grill the chicken. The chicken will be used in my basically sandwiches, and I'll be using a fresh chicken sandwich, and we're going to make fresh chicken and dill sandwiches, and that basically comes under the section where I'm training, where we're doing sandwiches and wraps. So we've got a great chicken breast here, grilling. We'll get Alex to turn it over now because it should add some marks on it for us. This is great. And there it is. That's the exact effect that you want. You can see that there. The presentation's amazing. The char grill's there. It's basically perfectly cooked because what we're doing now is we're char grilling it, and it's an even flat surface. There's nothing on the char grill that's hindering the heat or the flame coming through the char grill bars, and that's why we're getting that perfect presentation, which is what we want there, of the chicken breast. This is great, Alex. So that's perfect. So that's us char grilling chicken breast. What we're going to do now is we're going to watch a quick video of clean a char grill, myself and Alex. We'll watch this video on YouTube, and then we'll come back and have a look at the chicken breast, and we'll cut that down in half and make sure it's perfectly cooked. So we'll just go here now. What we might do, Alex, is we might actually walk out of the kitchen for a sec while that's char grilling, so we can actually hear the video and you can see that we're actually watching it, mate. Yep. So Alex is here, both him and myself are going to watch this video now, which will turn, give us a good idea of how to clean the Lincoln. So basically me and Alex are going to start watching this video here.
Hello, our Fort Hickman link has developed to take you through the cleaning of the Opus 700 char grills. Before we start cleaning, let me take you through all the equipment you'll need to do this job properly. Firstly, you'll need to use the correct cleaning tools. A cleaning rake is a good idea, along with a scraping tool, along with a bucket, soft cleaning gloves, hot working gauntlets, and of course, the recommended cleaning chemicals. This is only for guidance, and please ensure you comply with your own company health and safety procedures.
Hi guys, welcome to another instalment of the Digital Kitchen. Today I am joined by Mr. Andy Hinder. He has come down from Synergy Grill to the NCC to the Development Kitchen to talk about the Synergy Grills. So some of you may have heard about Synergy.
I'm just going to pause it there for a second. First video you could see that he had the char grill, he had the grill scraper, he had gloves, he had soap, he had hot water. We do that here, as you know, basically every night, so we don't need to set that all up. Basically, when we put the char grill back on this morning, which we did, it's already come out of the sink that's been soaking overnight, it's had chemicals in it. You've washed it through the dishwasher to make sure the chemicals are washed off, and then in turn we put the char grill back on, heat it up a bit, which we just did, and then in turn scrape it down. So, as we said at the start of that video, every premises has different theories, different ways they do it. This is the way that we do it here at Salt Bar, where we soak it overnight, run through the dishwasher, hose all the excess chemicals off, then we put the char grill back on, turn it on to a low heat, which we had, then in turn we basically scrape it down and clean it up. Yep.
Synergy grill. We're going to look a bit deeper at the electric and the gas grill. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh, really?
So Andy, thank you for coming down and joining me today. We have got these wonderful grills. Obviously you've got me in the NCC, most of the time here. So as always, anybody wants to see them, come down and have a cook on them, because they really do need to be cooked on to really see the benefits you get from something like a Synergy grill. Synergy themselves, so what's the history? Where did it start? What's the story with Synergy grill? Where did the idea come from?
Yes, so the idea came from a gentleman called Justin Cadbury. He and a friend developed a gas burner that saves about 59% on the gas compared to comparable grills. So it's very different to any other char grill on the market. It was devised about 10 years ago, and probably I would say the last 5 years it's really taken off, and we work with some quite big groups now. So that's the gas one, and then 2 years ago we developed the electric grill that was launched last year. So that's different technology again, but I'll go through that.
Yeah, I guess if we focus on the gas grill to start with, obviously that's the original, should we say?
Yeah.
So this is the 900?
900.
Yeah, so that's the 900 wide, yeah?
900 wide, double burner grill with 2 controllers on that. So simple rocker switch on and off, and then you'll see it's got set burner on here. You can adjust that from 1 up to 10, and you can hear there the burner and the fan as well, also adding air into the gas, which I'll explain in a moment.
So being as the fact it's got a digital controller and obviously a gas, I assume you need electric and gas for this one? Yeah.
Yes, so there's a 13 amp plug socket for the igniter and the fan side.
Okay, because they do come in LPG, is that right?
You can use it in LPG as
so
well,
you still need the 13 amp to power it if you're using it as a barbecue, for instance?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the technology is quite clever, isn't it? So as a traditional grill, so to speak, would have burners in bars along the grill at the full length, and obviously have individual control on those units. This one's, we've got twin, 2 burners, very similar to, I guess if you had a 6 burner in a kitchen, it's basically two of those units really.
Yeah.
And that's surrounded by ceramics.
Yeah, let's open that up and have a look.
Let's do it.
So this lifting tool comes with a grill,
Okay.
and you can lift up the grill bars. So a 900 comes with 6 of these grill bars, and you'll see in there you've got the burner, and around there is a ceramic ring and an igniter there. That igniter detects the flame and...
Alright, so we'll pause it there for a sec, because he's used that product before and actually found that it wasn't that consistent. Alex, just give us some heads up why you thought the product wasn't working properly.
It's very delicate. All the ceramic that he's saying, it tended to break very easily. As you can see there, it's like close to the flame, it gets like really, really hot, but it's not consistent on the whole char grill. So you have completely different temperatures all over the grill. What is like, once you know your grill, it's easier, but if you go new to work in a grill like this, you might end up like burning the steak or undercooking it or something, because it's not uniform the temperature that it.
And that's a good point, mate. The fact that our char grills, all ABC char grills, are all gas run. They run on the flame from the top to the bottom. So generally what you'll find is exactly what Alex just said. If the heat element itself in the main part which heats up is only a round cylinder and it's only in one spot, obviously that's going to be the hottest part of the char grill without a doubt. So if you're going to have to seal a well-done steak, or you want to seal a quick blue steak, 2 examples, you'd obviously seal that straight in the middle of that. But for the rest of the standard service, that basically what it means is that the bar at the top part of the bar and the bottom part of the bar are actually going to stew the steak, and you're not going to get that char grill effect. Is exactly what we just showed you before on the chicken, which was what we want. I mean, the only real reason you cook on a char grill is to get 2 things: char grill flavour and also char grill effect, being the char grill marking on the steak. Yeah? So as Alex has pointed out, this one is a perfect example. It's a good video to watch for both of us, especially me because I've never used it. Alex has used it overseas in Europe. It's a good video to watch because it shows you how technology itself has tried to move forward, but it's actually failed in this sense, because when they've built the actual element themselves, by having one round unit, one part in the middle of the char grill, the top half and the bottom half of the char grill are missing out on the heat, yeah? And also the fact that too, that's the only part with the gas element. With our char grills, the gas element runs from the top of the char grill to the bottom of the char grill, and that's the main reason why we're successful with cooking steaks the way we do and making sure they get cooked properly. So we'll just go back to the video. Thanks for that, Alex.
Lights the flame as well, so it's always looking for that flame.
So you're not going with a long wooden stick trying to light it like the old days?
No manual lighting with these, no, it's all automated. And then you've got these ceramic bricks around here. So these ceramics get to about 500 degrees. So that's hot enough to atomize fat. So what that means is that you don't have a fat tray to empty, because it gets so hot, it turns everything to dust. And you can even see some of the dust in there from...
Yeah. I guess we've done some cooking today on it earlier, so
yes.
You were very kindly enough to cook us some lunch. We're going to cook some more now in a minute, but...
So yeah,
I guess that makes it really easy to clean compared to a traditional grill where you pull out the drip trays and you've got to take it through the machine.
Absolutely.
So this is very simple.
You get an even temperature. There's a fan inside which basically distributes the heat evenly around the ceramics, and there's a hole in each corner, so it creates a vortex to keep the heat below the bars. With traditional grills, the heat goes through the bars, so it's pushing it upwards. With this, it's impinging onto the stones,
I guess
which get...
Any escaped heat is wasted energy, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So that's why when you put your hand over the grill, it doesn't feel that hot. Like, you wouldn't be able to do that with a normal char grill, because it would just push the heat straight up through the bars and burn your hand. So these work in a very different way.
Energy saving wise, have we got sort of numbers in comparison to a traditional grill?
So this grill uses 11.4 kilowatts of gas per hour. Your conventional 900 uses about 26.
Okay.
We say about 59% in gas saving, but we do have an energy saving calculator to compare it, because it will depend upon, you know, how many hours a day you use your grill.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, if you probably save at the moment probably about 85 pounds a week on gas. So
wow.
is a product that does pay for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly in the climate we're in now, where there's energy crisis, so to speak, being spoken of, energy's going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Something like this, for a commercial business that's using a grill like this constantly, like a grill bar, a pub, gastropub, what have you, that's a big outlay just on energy alone and fuel. So by having or swapping out to something like this, yes, it may be a large outlay. So let's not be right. The price of these is quite up there, but the saving you get in the long run is sort of almost stepping back, looking at the bigger picture, and saying, you know what, I'll put the outlay out front because after a year, 12 months, 6 months, 12, 18 months, what have you, it will pay for itself, and then.
Absolutely.
I'm in the green.
I mean, leasing's a great option for these. You can save more on your gas bill each month than the actual lease payments, or you can get your money back in less than a year anyway.
And I guess that's even more prominent now with the gas prices going up. So even quicker than 12 months potentially, depending on which model you get.
Yeah.
So you say this is the SG model.
ST.
ST. So what's this? So there's the SG, ST.
So the ST range is the ones with the variable control like this, and then we do the Chargo range, which is the CGO range.
Right, CGO. Okay.
Yeah, so I can show you with the electric. I'll talk about the electric technology in a moment.
Yeah.
But, so the Chargo is basically the same principles as a normal Synergy grill, except if you press that middle button there, it opens up the lid menu, and you can set the temperature up to 200 degrees. To enable you to use it like an oven. So that enables you to smoke foods, you can roast foods, you can bake a cake in there. It really does open up your menu. But also what you can do is, when you're not using the grill, it goes in standby mode. So effectively you're saving about an additional third of energy, because it regulates the temperature with the lid down. So it's not wasting heat, when you're not using the grill during between services.
Okay. And that's available on all gas and electric grills?
Yeah, it's the CGO range on gas and electric grills, absolutely. Yeah, so
okay, perfect. And what's the biggest grill you do in gas?
So 1300.
1300.
Yeah.
So is that 3 burners?
That's
then?
3 burners. Yeah,
Okay.
we do a 600, which is 1 burner, and then the double one like this, and then 13.
Okay. And in terms of stands and stuff, you can supply all those sorts
So
of
that's
bits?
the stand.
Fridge?
I mean, a great option really is to get a chef base. So
Yeah.
there's the Adande one there.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Otherwise, yeah, we do the stand, which is really robust, is on casters as well, so you can move it out for cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
you've got some accessories as well.
I was going to say, I mentioned the accessories.
Absolutely,
I've seen some
yeah,
with
so-
some bits and bobs on.
So you've got the slow cook shelf there. So these are removable for cleaning.
Yeah.
And that gets to about 130 degrees, which enables you to get core temperature into food. So if you're doing really thick steaks and you don't want to over-char it on the bars, just move it up, continues cooking on there. Or we do a resting shelf, which is a shelf that sits about that high. Now, the slow cook shelf and the garnish rail here for your pots and pans come with the grill, but the resting shelf is separate. So you can get that in addition to the grill if you want, and that's made for holding steaks.
Okay. Is there anything else you can get accessories, or is that?
We do a griddle plate accessory,
Yep.
so that just sits on the bar. It's very similar to the one you've
Yeah,
got
this
there.
is sort of one we've sort of adapted to work.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
so
But-
it's quite similar. It's got a gap on the front so you can kind of pour fat in so it burns it off to dust. It's elevated at the back and it has sides as well. So you can basically stop all the fat getting around the grill and around the sides
that
and
makes
stuff.
sense.
But yeah, it just means you can do your breakfasts on there. You can do smashed burgers as well. All types of different foods. So yeah, good.
And you've also got the separation plate there, so it's great for dietaries, vegetarians. You can keep it separate.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so that's been pretty
quite
hot.
hard,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, you basically put that between the grill bars to segregate the
separate
foods
it.
off. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of bars themselves, you can reverse some of them, and you can reverse.
So you've got 2 types. So these are the diamond bars. So these are triangle both sides.
Yeah.
And then these are the pyramid bars. So the pyramid bars are triangle one side, and then you reverse them, they're flat. So that gives you like a pan fried finish. Right. So reverse these, and you can see there. So if you want, you can even do smash burgers with that as well. But what it means is the fat can still drip through the bars, so you don't get lots of pooling of fat like you would with a griddle plate.
Yep.
But you can still get that pan fried finish. I say ideal for fish. Like we can put some salmon on in a moment and show how that works.
So do they come standard, or is that something you've got to spec extra?
That's you can pick either or.
Okay.
So yeah, you just pick diamond bars or pyramid. You know, we can talk to you about that when you're inquiring.
So in terms of manufacturing, then, is it all done in the UK? Is it?
Everything's made in Cambridgeshire in a town called Offord. So there's a team of people that assemble the grills, and all we do is make grills. So we don't make fryers or other products. It's just char grills. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you look around now at the big players, and there's a lot. You know, you look. So certainly, I do when I'm walking into a restaurant. I'll have a little peep in the kitchen if I can see what they're using.
Yeah.
And you can see more and more people are coming up to using these Synergy grills, because not only is it obviously energy efficient. Or more energy efficient, I should say, than some other units on the market, but you actually get a better yield and stuff from the food itself. So it's more delicately cooked to a degree. This one obviously can turn up to 10 and it goes very, very fierce.
Yeah.
But with that controllability, you can actually dial it down a bit, and you can actually cook on the grill quite happily whilst doing other stuff. Whereas in previous roles and stuff, when you worked on a grill as a chef, you're pretty much there constantly because you've got to turn stuff and you're literally doing a flow.
Exactly.
And another thing as well I found with these as a benefit is when you're doing cooking on here, like on a traditional grill, what I'd normally do is I'd cook on the grill itself, bring the stuff to the front where it's going to be cooler, hold it there, sort of a resting area before going to serve onto the pass or what have you. But downside to that is certainly if you've got a fridge or a unit underneath, is you're pulling raw products like chicken over the top of the cooked products onto the grill.
Yeah.
So then you're running the risk of dropping obviously cross-contamination and raw cooked foods, which we don't want. Whereas this is sort of opposite. It's such an even distribution of heat.
Yeah.
You can literally put it anywhere on the unit itself and then lift up and serve from there. So there's no risk. It's a nice flow system.
It does make it a lot easier, particularly if you're not a skilled chef that's used the char grill before, because I can imagine it being quite intimidating using a proper, one of the traditional style ones. So yeah, having even temperature with the fan system. But also, you mentioned about the higher yield. Basically, what happens, a bonus to obviously the fact that all the fat turns to dust, it creates a steam. So when that fat turns to dust, you get that steam that's steaming the food from underneath. So that stops it from drying out as quickly. So you get a much higher yield, probably about 20% more yield on something like chicken, which is really
and we have
good.
done, this is proof in the pudding, because we have done this testing here. we've done used it against other grills, and you know, pre-weight cooked and after weight cooked, and yeah, the difference is quite phenomenal.
Alright, cool. So we just finished watching that video. That was pretty informative, Alex. Yeah. So what we're going to show you here now is basically the end product of what Alex and myself have char grilled over the morning. Alex has basically learned how to clean the char grill. He's learned how to scrape it down. We've gone through the instructions. We've also talked about how we clean them here at Salt Bar at night, how the bars get soaked and everything gets put into the dishwasher. That's the main cleaning procedure that we use here. But what we're going to do here is I'm just going to quickly turn around and show you the effect of what we did this morning with Alex learning how to clean the char grill properly, scraping it down, getting all the excess dust off, and then you can see the end product here that we're going to be able to use. So thanks, Alex. I appreciate that, mate. Learned a bit today. Yep, so that was great. And I'll just quickly show you guys here's Alex's chicken breast, so you can see exactly what we're looking for, guys. Yeah, beautiful lines, great moisture, heaps of juice still in there. And you can see, obviously, this is a perfect example of how much chicken this venue goes through and how important the cleaning procedure of the char grill and following the cleaning instructions, making sure that all the char grill is cleaned properly, and you can see the end result. Beautiful chicken. Alex has done an amazing job here. Got great chicken. Got all those excess juices in there. Beautiful seasoning on top, some cracked pepper there, beautiful. And you can see all the moisture that's retained. So Alex has just absolutely nailed this on the char grill this morning and cooked it perfectly. And you can see all that. So I'd like to say thanks to Alex, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's my video today for char grilling, learning the procedures, following the procedures, and myself showing Alex how to do it properly. Too easy, guys. Thanks, appreciate it.